Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Peter here. The music you're listening to is Wild Child. The album's called Pillow Talk. I got the vinyl. It's a really cool band. We're gonna go through my samples drawers today and general talk of what I'm looking forward to in 2017. Where to start?
Feel my heart, it's aching. Wish I could stop breaking. Spend all day.
Let me turn it down a little bit. One house I was impressed by recently was Hendley. Hendley Perfumes, he's a self-taught perfumer from Brooklyn. I just thought his fragrances are very well balanced, really likeable. Definitely looking forward to reviewing these properly. They're all really nice, very easy to wear, but just very tastefully blended. So I'm excited to review those. I think they're really good. They're definitely worth checking out and worth supporting self-taught perfumers as well. I have the new civet, but I'm buying, or I have bought, some actual civet and some synthetic civet, and I'm going to see what they smell like and get a feel for how they work in a perfume before I review this, so I actually kind of know what I'm talking about. Because at the moment I've never smelt civet properly on its own, so I think that's important to do before reviewing it. I won't give any spoilers away. Dusita sent me some perfumes of her line, her full line, little samples. Oud Infini, I can't pronounce French. La Sillage Blanc, La Dossier des Siens, Asara, and Mélodie de l'amour. They're all, I would say, fairly feminine, so not ones that I would buy myself to wear. One of them's quite pretty. Like a very light pink kind of rose. Oud Infini, I can smell the real Indonesian oud. It's definitely there. It's very strong. If you're not a fan of oud, you won't like it. But it's balanced with the Rose Absolute, or I think there's actually Rose de May in there. They're good. They're just not ones I would buy personally. But again, I'm looking forward to reviewing them and delving into them properly to see how they change. But first impressions, they're all very, very nice. Oud Infini is going to be a challenge for some people, or you're either going to absolutely love it or not really. But yeah, looking forward to reviewing those. Anicia is a really good friend of mine, and she sent me all of that. Can you believe it? And that, and some more as well. That's only like probably half of what she sent me. So she's crazy, but she's awesome. She also sent me, hold on, let me show you this. Can you see that? That is literally a brick of oak moss. She hand picks this herself from the forest where she lives. So I'm going to tincture it myself and use real oak moss in a perfume that I'm making for her. So that's cool. She'll have her own oak moss in her own fragrance. everything handwritten I keep. I still got a card from Matriarch that I'm presuming Christy wrote this. I like to keep anything handwritten. Ducita sent me one. I've got one from Tower as well. Where the Tower ones? They're all over the place. I've got another drawer as well. We've got more Kirkjohn fragrances to review. We've got more... one of my reviewers, Tammy, sent me a load of samples. Thank you, Tammy. I really appreciate that. There is a really nice one in here by Frederick Marl. I can't pronounce the name, but it's based on, or it's a collaboration with a like a fashion designer. It's a beautiful vanilla fragrance. So I'm going to be reviewing a few of those. Matriarch are also releasing a couple of new fragrances this year, which I'm super excited about. You've got the Longing, which has plum, and there's some unusual notes of like butter and things in there. That was a collaboration with Joseph Sagona. And then Ryan from Rice Frags 34, he's just created one with Christy, which sounds amazing, which is called Destrier, which is a word to describe the strongest horse in medieval times, the war horse, the horse you would ride into battle as a knight, and that you would, do your jousting with. So that's cool. It's inspired by the series Game of Thrones, and that has notes of leather and hay, and I believe is meant to smell a little bit like a horse, which is amazing for Ryan. I hope he loves that, and I'm excited to try it as well. There's also another fragrance I believe that I've seen floating around on Facebook, inspired by ancient Egypt, which sounds incredible. So I'm super looking forward to trying all these new Matriarch fragrances. I've just noticed today as well they've got a sale for Valentine's Day, and it's actually a really cool idea, and I've never seen anyone else do this, but it's like basically a Valentine's presentation tube kind of thing that you pop open. It's covered in love hearts and little letters and beautifully decorated, and you open it up to your favourite Matriarch fragrance, and it's basically a 15ml travel spray inside this really nice Valentine's Day container to give to your partner or your Valentine. So instead of being $120, which is what you'd usually pay for the 15ml, it's actually $88, so it's about a 25% saving. So if anyone wants to be my Valentine, gifts are accepted. I am single, so if I had a girlfriend, I would be buying Coco Blanc in the Valentine's Day thing. I think that's such a lovely idea. So I have no one to give it to. I'm laughing because it's sad. But yeah, lots to look forward to from Matriarch. I've got by Killian to review. By Killian are very generous. If you're a reviewer, or even if you're not, if you email them, they usually will send you some samples if you request them. They sent me quite a few samples, which I've still not reviewed because I'm not the biggest fan of them. So I don't, I will get around to reviewing them, and I will be totally honest, as I always am. But, it will be the last time they send me stuff for free, put it that way. I've got Memo Paris still to review that I haven't fully reviewed yet. Come on, let's have a look at the drawer. Art de Parfum still to review, but you guys saw my first impression on that. Not overly impressed. I just organised this drawer a couple of days ago. We've got Histories de Parfum, tiny little sample set. We've still got Olfactive Studios to review. I liked a couple in there. I really like Still Life as a nice fresh summer scent, so I think I'll be buying that. A couple of other ones that are quite interesting, like Ombre Indigo is quite interesting. All these Russian and Ukrainian, Lithuanian samples to go through that Anicia sent me. So crazy amounts of things. Everything that Tammy sent me, which is like L'Artisan Parfumeur. I think Layla Beau, Vinny 44 is in there, Frederick Marl. Lots of interesting things. All samples I bought myself as well. Like I've got by Rado to go through, which is I've got Gypsy Water, Oud Immortel, and Black Saffron. All these packets here I buy all myself. Those are all Creed. I've got Roja here. I've never got around to reviewing a Roja fragrance, I've got a few samples. If anyone's interested where I buy my samples from, if anyone's interested where I buy samples from, a couple of different places. I use a company called Scent Samples UK. I don't know if anyone's heard of those. I basically found them through Google, and I bought loads from them, and they're always completely fine. Once it never arrived, it didn't come, so I sent them an email and said I never got it, and they didn't complain, they didn't ask me any questions, they just sent me them again. So really good company, and they have loads to offer as well. I had no idea what Beauty Spin was or Notino. Everyone's getting sponsored by them. I'm going to say right now, I will never be sponsored by anybody. So my content, I'm never going to be paid for it by any company. Just so you guys know that. I don't quite agree with that, even though, you know, it's their choice. But I did purchase a full bottle from Notino. I just got Ivory Root by Xerjoff. It just happened to be the cheapest on Notino. But I'm not going to personally mention them in my videos, and I'm not sponsored, and I never will be. I want that out there for 2017. So it took me hours to organise this drawer, so I'm a little bit annoyed that I'm messing it up. Let's put it back as I go. Handwritten notes. Anicia sent me this. Her, I think, cousin is the artist that drew these. Oh, this is the note that Anicia sent me. See, everything that anyone sends me, I keep. I've not got the heart to throw things away. I've even got cards from old girlfriends, which I guess I probably should throw away. I have got Piccadilly 69 by Jack Eau de Parfum. This is created by the actor Richard E. Grant. I don't like this, it smells horrible. It's meant to have notes of petrol and the streets of London back in the 60s. It doesn't smell very good to me, but I will review it. But interesting, if you follow Richard E. Grant on Instagram, he has his email address there. If you email them for a free sample, they will send you a sample. So do that if you'd like to get some freebies. I have got all of these from Boadicea the Victorious. I bought all of these, just so you know, these aren't free. Boadicea is one of the most overpriced houses. I just think they're very poor. The ones I've tried don't last, they don't smell good. Some of them smell of copies of other things, some are very generic, some are just bad. So yeah, I'm not impressed at all by Boadicea the Victorious. I think they get by on their presentation and the high cost. People just think it must be good because it's expensive and it's in a nice bottle, but I really don't rate them as a house. So I've got all of those to review, but I'm not in a hurry. I have got all of these that I paid for myself from Parfums de Marly. I've got Marly, Athalia. We've got Leighton. This has got a very cheap designer smelling opening, which kind of reminds me of something like Scent Story. Doesn't smell good in the opening. It smells like it's coated of, like, I don't know, in a plastic wrap. It smells of plastic. The dry down is nicer, much nicer, but I don't like the opening at all. Meliora. So yeah, I picked some random ones from the website and just ordered them. Nothing I would buy. I did buy Habdan in Dubai. I kind of regret buying it. I still have it. I didn't sell it. I did compare my bottle of Habdan to my sample of Habdan, and I've got to apologise. They're exactly the same. It's just my perception of it's changed completely. I get this very synthetic smelling plastic coating in the opening. It just smells like the fragrance is coated in plastic, a little bit like how I described the other Parfums de Marly Leighton in the opening. It just seems to have this veneer of plastic over it, and the apple doesn't feel as juicy as I remember, and yeah, I don't know, my opinions of it have changed and I don't enjoy it quite as much. The dry down is still very good. I just struggle with the opening. I don't know why the opening feels different, but it feels cheap in the opening. Once it's into the mid and the dry down, I enjoy it. So I am going to keep it, but I'm decanting bits off on eBay 5ml at a time just to reduce the cost, because I paid £180 for it, and then I paid £180 for it, and then when I got home I found it online for 120 or something, so I paid way too much for it, which is annoying. And the bottle's huge, it's 125ml, so I'm selling literally half the bottle off in 5ml samples on eBay. So if you want to buy a sample off me, it's on eBay. Anicia sent me these as well. Let me put the vinyl on again. We'll swip the sides. I'm tincturing mandrake. If you've ever watched Harry Potter, mandrakes are the little things they pull out, and they're like little people made out of roots. Yeah, so I bought a load of mandrake roots, all chopped up and diced, and I'm trying to tincture it to see how it smells. It's interesting, it's only been going for 2 days, and it's absorbing the smell already, and it kind of smells slightly sweet. It's kind of got a nutty nuance. It smells a little bit like roasted nuts and woody and rooty. It's actually really nice. There's like a weird kind of sweetness to it almost. But this is going in a recipe. So yeah, I'm tincturing mandrake for a little project I'm doing, a little recipe thing. It's going to be mixed with saffron, cinnamon, myrrh, frankincense and oud with the mandrake, I think. There might be one more ingredient, but I forget. I've also got Andy Tower fragrances and Towerville, Noontide Petals and a few others, Incense Extreme, a Rose Flash, Amber Flash. None of them I don't think I would buy myself, and I'm going to struggle reviewing them. I really like Andy Tower, and I think he's a cool guy, and I like his presentation and his whole thing, but I just can't get on with his fragrances. The only one I really enjoy was L'air du Désert Arcane, but I don't think I would really wear it that often. So yeah, I'm struggling with Andy Tower. I also have all the set from Imaginary Authors. The only one I would buy personally is the one I already own, Cape Heartache. Memoirs of a Trespasser is quite nice, and I would quite enjoy Violet Disguise on a woman. I think it's a very pretty lady fragrance, but nothing I would wear. But I'm going to review them all eventually. I've got, this looks super girly. I bought this on eBay. It's a 5ml decant of White Suede by Tom Ford. It killed me when I sprayed this. I honestly just wanted to scrub it off, and it's really not nice on my skin. Maybe it will work better on a woman's skin. On my skin it smells horrible. I don't know, it made me cringe, to be honest. I also bought these from Rulia White in London, which is another place I buy samples from. They've got more of an unusual stock list. I've got Eniki, I've got Illuminum, actually the fragrance that Kate Middleton wore on her wedding day to Prince William, which is called Gardenia Petals, I think. I've got Bohidama Black Nectar. That's disgusting. But the bottle's cool. That's actually by the guy that founded Boadicea the Victorious, and then he sold it and created this company, and now I think this company is bankrupt, so they no longer exist. I think, I might be wrong. So I've got all these kind of unusual, more indie niche kind of fragrances to review as well. None of them I like. I'm really picky. Rouge Bunny Rouge also actually sent me these discovery sets, a couple of men's and a couple of women's fragrances. They're not bad actually, a couple of them are okay. I have, where are the samples gone? They sent me all of these. Tundra was quite nice. I've got Muse, Tenera, Arcadia and Algeria. These are all women's fragrances. There's two in there that I quite like. One's a really nice creamy vanilla, one's a floral. But yeah, so I've got those to review. I've got Penhaligon's to review. Oh damn, I dropped something. Oh, I was going to show you this. Anicia sent me this as well. This is... Okay, we've got a couple of things. These are just dabs on a little bit of card, but this is real deer musk, like legit deer musk. Which is... I love musk, so I've never smelled real musk, so this was interesting for me. It's nice. It's not a million miles away from synthetic musk. I mean, it's a lot richer and slightly animalic. Like, it's got a little bit of a dirty quality to it, which I don't get with the synthetics. But the general kind of vibe is musky. But with this kind of kind of barnyard skank to it. But it's quite complex. It's not a simple scent. But I weirdly like it. It's nice in kind of an odd way. Yeah, I like it. And then we've got some really, if you can see what Anicia labelled it, shitty oud. I'm not going to smell this on camera because my face will... It does what the name says. It's not the worst one I've smelled. Chemi is worse, and Alcat by Zerjoff is worse too. So, yeah. And Gulab, a tiny little dab of another oud. They are barnyard skanky though. But it's cool to smell the real musk. I've also got some Nasamato, I've got Absinthe and Duro to review. So if I've said anything that you want me to review sooner than later, let me know. I think that's it. I think that will do, because this video will be really long. But these are all my samples. So I think I'm probably set for 2017. I'll leave a load of links in the description for anyone that's interested in anything that I've said. Obviously the Matriarch, it's kind of, I wouldn't call it a sale, but it's a Valentine's promotion, but it's basically 25% off the 15 mils. And yeah, we're looking forward to new fragrances. I'm making my own fragrances. I don't think I've ever said that on this channel. I talk about it on my vlog channel. They're a long way off, don't get excited. Give me another full year before any of them are ready. But I'm excited by it. It's something that I'm very... I don't know, my brain is just locked into it. I can't get out of not doing it. So I have to do it. And I'm excited. I think they'll be good eventually. They're okay now, don't get me wrong. But I know they can be better. And I don't want to do anything until I'm 100% with them. But there's a lot going to happen this year that I want to achieve and do. And yeah, I want to go travelling some more. Loads of places I still want to see. That all depends on money. Hopefully I can get some offshore work. Yeah, it's going to be good, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.